It's your man Kino Beats, and you tune in to Behind the Beats on HHS1987.com. Salute.
What up? It's your girl Cymandye from HHS1987.com, and we are doing Behind the Beats right now. We have Kino Beats. We're in Virginia in his studio, and man, let everybody know a little bit about you. Like, when did you start, and how old were you? If you were young.
Yeah, I started producing at the age of 13, 14. I tried to rap. I took my raps to school, and people were just trying to figure out how I recorded it. They didn't care about the raps at all. So I said, you know what? Let me try to get other people that know how to rap in here and start recording them. As I started recording them, they needed beats. So I said, why not just make the beats for them? And I was the only person in school, in middle school at the time, recording and making beats for people. So it just started from there, and I just kept on going, and now I'm 22. So.
Okay. Because I remember meeting you at, what, 17?
Yeah, 17.
I met him at 17 at Norfolk State University Radio Hot 91. Yeah. And he was in there working. I'm like, why are you here? Like,
I was a baby.
He looks exactly the same as he does now. Probably like, but at the same time, it's just like he's always been a phenomenal producer. And just let everybody know who you worked with in the past, like, and the most recent projects that they might be familiar with.
Well, yeah, like around the time I had met you, that's when I just did the NOE Gladiator record.
Yeah, he was with Bird Gang.
Yeah, I produced that record. I've worked with Nappy Roots, Lil Twist of Young Money, Gunplay and Maybach Music. We did 2 records together. Soulja Boy, I did the Young and Flexin', the intro for his Young and Flexin' mixtape. I also did a record with Nipsey Hussle by the name of Success that features Rookie Snow, artist from Seattle. Man,
Juelz Santana Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, I was trying to save that for last.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, the record I have out now that's in rotation is the Juelz and the Wiz Everything Is Good record, and that's going crazy right now. So yeah, that's what I'm moving with.
Okay, so for all my producers, they might want to know what programs or software do you use to make your music?
Yeah, I produce on FL Studio.
Okay.
I was using Fruity Loops before it was cool. Just make that be clear. Because back when I was using Fruity Loops, everybody was saying, yeah, you don't want to make no Fruity Loop beats. You need to learn how to use real equipment. And back then, the only producer that was using Fruity Loops was Ninth Wonder. That was it. No other producers were really using Fruity Loops. And then as the game evolved, and you have your Lex Lugers come out and your Mike Wills come out and all these different producers that endorse Fruity Loops, now everybody is, that's the norm. But yeah, I started with Fruity Loops, and I just kept on rocking with Fruity Loops, and I use a lot of different plugins, Nexus, Vanguard, Gladiator, just to name a few. So yeah.
Okay. What would you describe your sound? If there is one.
Yeah, I don't really like to describe my sound. I always thought that was corny. I'm sorry. That's just me. Like, I hate when people are like, I got a sound that's just. Nah, I just make music, and if you want to hear my music, www.kinobeats.com. But if you want to hear my music, we set up a listening session, and I'll play you my music, and we work like that. Like, sound doesn't need no description. Sound.
So you're versatile. You can do a pop record.
I could do
a hard beat.
Yeah, the whole thing. But I'd rather just play the music, because I deal with artists on a daily basis, and every day rappers say, yo, I got that realness, I can spit like this, I can spit like that, and then when they rap, it's never what they describe. So I don't want to be under that layer. I don't want to tell you my sound is a certain way and then play something different. I'd rather just play the music.
So are you born and raised Virginia?
Born in Kingston, Jamaica.
Wow.
Born in Kingston, Jamaica, raised in Norfolk, VA.
Okay, so Norfolk, VA is home of the families. We got Missy, Pharrell, everybody, Timbaland, a lot of producers, even like Slugers in Suffolk, which isn't that far away. And it's like, there's a lot of producers. Does that make it, like, is there you being a producer, do you notice that there's a huge slew of producers out here?
Yeah,
Does it make it hard?
Yeah, it puts that challenge in it, just because your expectations are a lot higher. Like, I travel a lot, and every time I go somewhere, they say, "Oh, Virginia, that's where all the producers is at." I know you got that heat, so it's just like you gotta, you know what I mean, have the music for it. But
they raise the bar.
Yeah, raise the bar, and the thing about Virginia producers, it's no in between. You don't, you're not gonna be a average Virginia producer. Either you're gonna be a super producer, or you're just gonna be a nobody. Like, that's just kind of how it works. Like, the people that you name, your Timberlands, your Pharrells, even Lex Luger, in respect to him, you know, which created a whole trap, you know what I mean, sound. Like, we are innovators, so it forces us to make a whole nother class of music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is probably why I can't describe the sound.
That's true. A lot of people are like, "What's that VA sound?"
It's just, you know, it's bounce.
like they want that dirty South sound. Like, the Atlanta people sound like this, New York sounds like this, and you know, it's like, big one up to everybody in Philly too, because it's like that's our Commonwealth. You know, we're Commonwealth brothers and sisters right there, and it's just like we're kind of stuck. Like, it's like, okay,
in the middle.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing, we got a lot of lyrics. That's one thing. Big one up to Rick Dange, talking about the bars of here. And what have you noticed about? You work with a lot of artists from out of Virginia. What is one thing that you notice out of Virginia artists?
The thing about Virginia artists, the talent is here. Like, it's a lot of talented artists in Virginia. We're just working on creating a platform for the artists, and that's the real issue with Virginia right now. Like, there's a lot of artists that can do it, and they could compete on the industry level, and they have the music and have what it takes. But one is finances. A lot of artists are out here, that ones that are really talented don't have the money to spend on studio time and beats and stuff like that. And two is direction. A lot of artists don't even have the direction, so once they do have the good music, they don't know what to do with the music. And then the third thing is, a lot of artists really honestly don't believe that it can happen. And when I say that, I mean, when you go to Atlanta, you could go to the gas station and pull up on Gucci Man at the gas station, or see Waka Flocka and see the Bentley, or see the Rolls Royce, and be like, "Oh man, he actually came from my neighborhood and he did that." There's no hip hop acts out here outside of the Clips coming from the Hampton Roads area that's really making noise like that. So it's hard for anybody to really believe that it can happen if they're not seeing it, you know? So that's what really makes it difficult. But the talent is here. It just needs to, we just need to
more
create
exposure.
That, exactly. We need that exposure out here. So, and you know, that's what we are trying to develop.
Okay, thank you, Hip Hop Since 1987, for allowing that to happen. You know?
Yeah, definitely salute to Hip Hop Since 1987.
And let me see, is there any subjects that you want to touch on? You got any upcoming projects?
Oh yeah. I'm working on well, right now I just been in the studio with a good slew of people, man, trying to put different things together. Last month I was in the studio with Jadakiss, and I played him some records, and he picked out a couple, so I'm waiting to see what he says with those records. I just sent Fat Joe. See, it's just a waiting game. I sent Fat Joe over a couple. Me and Juelz, we're gonna be going back in and working on some joints. Man, I got a lot of stuff on my sleeve, but right now my main focus, I'm working on an instrumental mixtape. And after I finish instrumental mixtape, we're exclusively releasing that on live mixtapes. Okay. So that's next move.
Where can they reach you again as far as connections?
KinoBeats.com, KinoBeats. Kino Beats Twitter, Kino Beats Facebook. Google Kino Beats, you can find anything you need right there. Kino Beats, one word.
Okay. And you can search on Hip Hop Since 1987.
There you go.
Yeah. So, okay, one last question. Since you started really young, like you said, you made a platform for kids in middle school that needed a producer. If someone's starting young, like at, let's say, 10 years old, because it seems like each year goes by, the generations are getting younger and younger. What would you tell them right now? Look right in the camera.
Work. WORK. Like, seriously prioritize early. Like for real, my testimony to that is I had an uncle and he was trapping, and what he would do is every couple months he would drive down from New York, visit the house, and he would go back to New York that same night, like all in one day maneuvering. He would always give me $50, $100 every couple months. I took that money, and instead of going to buy some Air Force Ones, I went and bought a computer, and I started doing it like that. So you gotta prioritize early. Like if this is what you want to do, you gotta make investments in yourself to really take it to the next level.
Yes. Yeah. So hear that, little ladies and gentlemen, invest in yourself. That means put money to the side and put it for something great that can really grow your future. Because that's one thing a lot of people aren't being taught is investing. And thank you, Kino Beats. Handshake. See that?
Right.
So we're done. Thank you, Hip Hop since 1987, and we're signing off.
Shout out Hip Hop since 1987, niggas. Hip Hop since 1987.com.